Hello, my name is Jennifer Cortez, and I'm going to read one of my favorite books, The Princess and the Pauper, adapted by Wendy Wags, and the screenplay by Cliff Ruby and Elena Loesser. The story tells a tale of friendship, love, courage, loyalty, and it's one of my daughter's favorites. She has a collection of Barbie movies, and as if you noticed, Barbie is the star. The two characters are Annalise and Erica. One's a princess, the other the pauper, which is Erica. And they both look alike, but when the roles were reversed, they both showed character in doing what was right. I'm going to go ahead and read it, a bedtime story to my daughter again, The Princess and the Pauper.
Mommy?
Yes, baby.
Can you wear the crown?
I will wear the crown.
Because I want you to be like me, a princess.
Okay, I will try. Long ago, two baby girls were born at the very same moment. One was born to the king and queen called Princess Annalise, and the other was a pauper named Erica. Aside from a royal crested birthmark on Annalise's shoulder and their hair color, they looked exactly alike.
Awesome.
After many years of running the kingdom, the queen learned she was penniless.
She was poor?
Yes! The queen arranged for Annalise to marry a rich young King Dominic.
Money.
Marrying King Dominic was the only way to save the kingdom.
You mean be rich and so they could buy some stuff to be less poor?
Mm-hmm.
Why does it all have to be about money?
Well, they have to take care of the people.
Ah.
One day, Annalise's tutor, Julian, took her on a carriage ride to the village, where they saw a girl singing in the street. Suddenly, the girls looked at each other in amazement. Aside from their hair color, they looked just alike.
You keep dyeing your hair.
The girls liked each other instantly. "You must come sing at the palace one day," Annalise said to Erica before leaving. Preminger, the queen's evil advisor, was upset about Annalise's wedding plans. He wanted to marry the princess so he could rule the kingdom. He locked Annalise in a cottage in the woods and faked a note from her. The note said, "Mother, I have run away so I won't have to marry the king. Love, Annalise." Suspicious Julian had an idea. He brought Erica to the palace and had her pretend to be Annalise so he could spy on Preminger. It worked! Erica fooled the queen, Preminger, and handsome King Dominic. Meanwhile, Julian was trying to figure out where Preminger hid Annalise. So he followed Preminger into the woods, not knowing that Julian was hiding behind a nearby tree. Preminger murmured, "At this rate, I'll never be king." King? Julian turned back to the palace to tell everyone about Preminger's plan, but he stepped on a twig. Preminger heard the snap, and that was it for Julian. He was locked away in the royal mine. Annalise had already escaped the cottage, but was refused entrance to the palace. As she and Serafina wandered through the village, a strange woman grabbed her and said, "Erica, get back to work." Annalise was locked in the dress shop. The princess sent Serafina for help with the dress label and the royal ring tied around her collar. Preminger caught the cat. He traced Annalise back to the dress shop and dragged her to the royal mine.
He's a meanie.
I know, Preminger's a meanie.
And also, when the lady told her to get back to work,
She went back to work. Now let me go ahead and return to the story. Preminger returned to the palace, shouting loudly that Erica was not the princess. With no birthmark to prove that she was Annalise, Erica was sent to the dungeon. Then Preminger told the queen a terrible lie. He said that Annalise had been in a fatal mining accident. He asked the queen to marry him, telling her how rich he was. Feeling alone and desperate to save her people, she accepted. Annalise and Julian were still trapped in the mine. As they tried to fight their way out, they discovered some valuable purple crystals. Annalise knew she had found a way to save the kingdom without having to marry someone she didn't love. She'd be able to marry her true love, Julian. If only they could find a way to escape. They had to get to the palace to tell the queen the truth about Preminger. Meanwhile, Erica tried to find a way to escape her prison. King Dominic, who realized he was in love with Erica, disguised himself as a guard and helped her escape the dungeon.
Now that's a real man.
Yeah! Annalise, Julian, Erica, and King Dominic arrived back at the palace at the same time. But the wedding had already started.
Too late.
"Stop the wedding, Mother!" cried Annalise. Annalise lowered her sleeve to reveal her birthmark. Then she explained what Preminger had done. The queen sent Preminger to the dungeon.
Yes.
The queen was thrilled that Annalise was home, but she was still worried about money. "I found some crystals in the mine, Mother," replied Annalise. "They're worth enough to take care of our people for a long, long time. And I can marry the person I really love, Julian." "As can I," said King Dominic. "Erica, will you be my wife?" Princess Annalise married Julian, and Erica married King Dominic. The two girls were lifelong friends, and the two couples lived happily ever after.
The
And this story is based on two people from two different sides of the tracks. They got together and they helped each other out. I hope my little girl takes this lesson and realizes no matter where you're from, no matter who you are, you always help a friend in need. Right, Mia?
best story ever.
Yeah.
I hope you get to read another one next weekend.
I will. Mwah. I love you.